In this video, we're going to cover how to time your race using the manual version of the software. So we'll start off, first of all, before I actually time a race, the morning of the race, I double check that there's nothing at all running. Now, I've got some stuff running here, but like I would disable everything that could possibly pop up. For example, if you've got automatic updates running on your machine, I would disable those. Any kind of antivirus, I would disable those. So you don't want anything at all popping up during your race. So once you've got all that turned off, let's look at actually timing the race with the manual version. Now, even if you're using the RFID version of the software, you will need to know how to use the manual version because you'll probably have at least one computer running the manual version as a backup to the RFID system. So how this works is you just click on Time Race, and when you do, the clock comes up. And you may have seen in other videos where you can, when the race starts, you just hit the space bar and the clock begins. Now, if you need to adjust the clock in any way, you can modify things up or down, down to the second, and hit save and modify the results. But pretty much you wait for finishers to come in, and usually in the race you've got one person that comes in well ahead of everyone else, and so as soon as you see him, you can go ahead and type the number in if you want before he actually crosses the line. So I recommend you have someone sit next to you with a USB number pad. You can buy those online for like $10 or less. You can get the more expensive one that have extra USB ports for like $30, but so you can have that person, they can go ahead and type it in, and as soon as you hit the space bar, they can go ahead and hit the enter key. Now, I don't know if you could hear that, but I'll put it a little closer. But as soon as you hit the space bar, the camera triggers and takes pictures. So, pretty much it's as simple as that. You just hit the space bar and type the numbers in. So, so if you see a big group of 5 coming, and what I do if I see a large group coming, I try to count how many's in there before they actually get there, and I just, as soon as they all hit the line, I just hit the space bar. Let's say 7 came, something like that. I don't know if that's 7. I didn't count, but anyways, I put I just hit the space bar however many times I need to get all those finishing times in there, and so that's pretty much how you actually time the program with the manual version. As I've said in previous videos, I think the finish line setup video online, the person capturing the finishing times needs to focus only on capturing finishing times. I've done races with hundreds and hundreds of participants, and I had absolutely no problem at all capturing everyone's time, as long as that's all I'm focused on. So the person sitting beside you, their only focus is making sure that they type in numbers in the right order. And so so using the manual version is a pretty easy and reliable system. Let me go ahead and put some more in here. And like I said, if I make a mistake in any way, I'll show you how to fix that in the next video, or one of the coming up videos. But for now, that's pretty much all you do is you hit the space bar, and then you type the numbers in. Now you'll see that no matter what you do in the program, that it's always focused up here. This is kind of, when you hit the space bar, it triggers inside here to capture a new time. So if anything ever pops up, and let's say you click down here, and then you try to hit the space bar, it won't put a time in. So you have to make sure that your focus always stays here. Now if you actually modify something in here, it's still, make it to where that also still registers times, but pretty much try to make sure that if the focus is always there. Anytime you click on anything in the program, it will, let's say if I click right here, it always puts the focus right back over here. But that's pretty much the manual version. As you see, there's many options over here. You can hit F11 at any time, and it spits the results out to the printer. I would only do that whenever there's a break in the action, because it does pop up briefly a print dialog, and that could interfere if you just happen to hit the spacebar. As soon as that popped up, it may not capture that finishing time. So I would only print results whenever you have like a 10 to 15 second gap between runners. You may have also seen that at any time you can hit F12 and it'll automatically take extra photos. So not only when you hit the spacebar, but you can take extra photos by just hitting the F12 button. So that's how to time the race. Like I said, you can hit F11 to get instant results, or at any time you can go over to the the actual results area and do the age division. Let's actually look at the overall so far. And when it comes up, of course you can sort these by anything you want, but you can do the overall, or you can do the age division results. And this is a multi-column report, so you can fill up this column and then spill over to this column, so it saves a little paper. But that's pretty much timing the race. If your program ever goes down in the middle of the race, as soon as you hit time race, it picks right back up where it was. So so you don't have to worry about losing any information. Let's see. I guess that's it for this video. And next we'll cover the RFID version and how it works. And like I said, finally we'll cover what happens if you need to make any changes or fixes to the result.